going to be episode 2 of our brand new Legacy Let's Play series with Love L. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you all so much for the kind words and the encouragement that you left in the comments on the first part. I know I've said this several times already, but it is always so motivating for me to know that there are people out there that are just as interested and invested in my silly little sim stories as I am. So thank you all so much for continuing to help me feel motivated and to grow and make my content better. So speaking of the improvement of the content, I did have to get another microphone. Don't even get me started on all of the audio issues that I've experienced trying to record this part. I have pretty much been trying to record part 2 since I recorded part 1, and I've been having all kinds of issues. So I did get a new microphone, and I'm also recording in a different room in my house. So if anything sounds weird or different, definitely let me know in the comments if you prefer this microphone or if the other one sounded better. Still kind of forking around with the settings, so definitely open to feedback and suggestions on that. So while we're talking about problems that I've been experiencing, let me just tell you a few quick things that have been going on with my game so that in the event that you see it, you're not like super caught off guard. So number one, Elle is just randomly changing clothes. Like she will be wearing one outfit and brushing her teeth, and then the next time I look at her, she's just randomly wearing another outfit. She is not spinning and changing, she's just randomly changing. So I don't know what the situation is there. All my mods are up to date, but I did see another like a Sims 4 YouTuber was streaming and had the same issue. So I'm not even sure that it is mod related, but just know that that's something that is happening. Number two, that super loud music that we hear when we're loading back in from Kaz, we're loading into a lot for the first time. In Kaz specifically, that music is playing hella late. So when the lot loads in, no music plays. I press play, like 3 to 5 seconds later, random music. So just know that if that happens, that is another issue that I've been experiencing. And the third thing is with restaurants, the L takes a sim to a restaurant. Sometimes, not all the time, that sim will stand up to eat their meal while kind of standing next to her as opposed to just sitting down and finishing their food. It's not because of anything that's on the table. This is happening at several different restaurants that I've used plenty of times. So it's just some sort of like weird bug that I'm experiencing, but just wanted to bring you guys up to speed on those. So, because I was experiencing all of those random bugs, I thought maybe it would be a good idea to try to use a different version of L save. So, because I had the whole save issue that I was experiencing before, where all of my saves disappeared, I am now backing up like multiple copies of saves just to avoid that happening. So, in this version of L save, I did play through everything the same way, but some stuff ended up different. So I think we have a different sim that we use for our first photo shoot. Some questions haven't been asked, so we might be asked those questions in this part. Um, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's really the only thing that we've been experiencing. So I think I've said enough. That's pretty much everything for the intro, so let's go ahead and get into the episode. Alright, so it's around 8:30 in the morning on a Thursday. Elliot is actually off work today, which is great because we do have a lot of stuff to do. So for those of you who didn't see the first part, Elle got in super late last night. She did go out to celebrate her promotion with her girlfriends. She ended up hanging out with one of the guys that she had been kind of flirting with, and he did ask her out on a date. So she is going to go on that date today, and I think we're going to spend a little bit of time focusing on prepping for that date because I kind of feel like it's the first date. She's probably really excited. She's been thinking about their first kiss all night and will still be thinking about it for most of the day. So I think she would want to look nice. So we're going to try to get her a little bit kind of fixed up before the date. That is one of the things that we're going to be doing, but because she got in so late, I did give her a sleep replacement serum so that we could have a full energy bar. So just know that that is the reason why she was able to get through. I feel like we might end up doing that a little bit more in this series than I've ever done before. So just kind of be prepared for that. It's not cheating if it's in the game. So she's definitely using her earned points in order to be able to do that. So the plan for this episode is she's going to go to the gym this morning. I know that I've been talking about how she is really into fitness and health and wellness, and so I want to really start leaning into that a little bit more. She's doing pretty well in the wellness category. She is wellness level 6, but she is only a level 1 in fitness. So I definitely want her to continue to improve on that. So we're going to go to the gym with the goal of getting her to level 2 in the fitness skill today. After that, I do want her to go to the salon, like her to get her hair done, and also, before my game crashed in the first part, she did have a want to get a pedicure. I'm gonna allow her to go ahead and do that as well. And then we'll probably be coming back to start getting ready for our date, which is going to be at a restaurant whenever I set that up. The other thing that I've done in between parts, we did use the Healthy Living Hub to sign her up for a gym membership. And I did get her the Bougie Premier membership for 250 simoleons. So she's got her Simo Health Club membership card in her inventory. The mod has not been working to stop Sims from exercising when they don't have the card, but I still kind of felt like she needed it. We also got a bunch of takeaway meals from that hub so that she would have healthy food to eat in the event that she is too busy to cook. And then the last thing that we did in between parts, I was watching one of Day's Sims 4 Let's Play videos. If you guys are not watching Day's Let's Play, it's absolutely hilarious. But one of the things that I noticed is that he does use this bucket list here, which came with Life and Death. And since I never really played with that pack, I'd never even thought about trying to figure out the best way to use that. So I did in between parts, and I gave her 4 goals. So her first one is I should get married. It says it's time for me to settle down. I'd like to spend the rest of my life in a happy marriage with the love of my life. Is that too much to ask? Her second goal is to become a parent. Says, I think it's finally time to start a family. Whether it's traditionally via Science Baby Services or adoption, I'm really looking forward to having a child of my own to raise. Let's make this house a home. She also wants to spend a day in Sulani. It says, beautiful skies, clear water, and warm beaches. Of course, I want to spend a day in Sulani. Who wouldn't? And then lastly, she'd like to achieve serenity. And in order to do that, she would need to reach level 10 wellness and do yoga at a park or spa venue. So it says true bliss and serenity is the ultimate goal I seek in this life. Once I perfect my understanding of wellness, I like to have the best yoga session of my life in a beautiful or peaceful place. To me, that's true fulfillment. So in my mind, I kind of feel like a really cool place to do that would be at the top of the mountain in Mount Komorebi, but it says a park or a spa, so I kind of feel like even if we did that, it wouldn't satisfy, but that is my personal goal. I want her to do that in order for me to consider this completed, and then maybe we'll go to a park or a spa. All right, so I'm pretty sure that is everything that I did in between parts. As far as her aspiration is concerned, we're still where we left off. She does want to go or need to go on a getting to know you date. She's going to do that today with Harrison. And as far as her wants are concerned, she wants to host a perfect date. So we're going to try our hardest to do that today. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with Elle's day. Like I said, she is fully rested, so I think I will have her just come on in to the kitchen and make herself some breakfast. And since she's not really in that much of a hurry, I think it would be really nice for her to have like a nice little leisurely breakfast at home. So let's boil the kettle, and then while she's coming in to do that, let's also set up. See what I mean? Do you see what I mean? She just randomly changed clothes. That's not what she was wearing. That's going to bother me, so I'm going to make her change back into the other outfit. That's going to drive me crazy. No. Nope. Alright, change outfit. And then it was a sleep outfit. I'm pretty sure it was like 3 or 4. Nope, it was 4. Okay, and then I'm going to have her, like I was trying to do before, come over here to cook a healthy meal. And I want her to, let's look at our options. We can do egg whites and toast, fruit salad, scrambled egg whites and turkey bacon. Let's do that. And let's do a family size so that she's got some extras in the event that she doesn't have time to cook one morning. Alright, so while she's cooking, like I said, she is still thinking about that first kiss. She's also ready for some action from her woohoo drive. I do have a plan for this. I have a plan for that, but she's going to have to wait. And this is from grieving, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. She is doing the most with those eggs. But yeah, I want her to enjoy her cooking. She does love it. It says Elliot is in her element, and then it went away. It said something like, because she's doing something she loves, she has more fun. I think it's pretty much the same thing, regardless of what task she's completing, if it's something she likes. Oh my goodness. And then you sneeze in it. That's just disgusting. And there's 4 servings, so hopefully no one comes to your house and like goes into your refrigerator. All right, so she is finishing up that. Let me just get rid of this. It's going to bother me. And then I will have her put a serving in her pockets. And then I will have her put the rest of those in the refrigerator so that we don't forget that. And let's make ourselves a cup of tea. Let's go with healthy green. That seems like what she would be into. And while she's doing that, I'm going to start getting her set up for her breakfast. Let's just put a plate down there. And then when she's done with the tea, I'll go ahead and move that for her as well. All right, so she can come on in here. Like I said, it's a day off. No real reason to be in a hurry. I don't want her to feel rushed through the day, especially because I'm not really interested in her being all stressed out. I want her to go on her date kind of feeling good, in a good mood, relaxed. So that's the plan. Just gonna sit here, collect a little bit of the breeze. Is that noise from outside? I'm guessing maybe. So she's gonna sit here, like I said, she's gonna get a little breeze through that open window and enjoy a peaceful, quiet breakfast at home. She never got that cleaning, or that, not the cleaning, the cooking thing back, so that's kind of a bummer. Yeah, she's just gonna be flirty forever until we do something about this whole woohoo drive situation. But like I said, I've got a plan. All right, so I'm gonna have her come and load the dishwasher, and then while she's doing that, I'm just gonna get her set up for the morning. Let's go ahead and use the restroom, and then she can brush her teeth. And while she's setting up to do that, I think I will get her, that's not her dresser, I will get her set up for the day. Let's go with this everyday outfit. I don't even know if I selected the right one, so let me try that again. Yes, her very first one. We're still waiting, I think, for the approved photo to come in the mail. So right now she is still doing Finding Her Career. We got promoted in the last part. I'm thinking it's going to be just the 3 days needed for her to participate in the workday for her to get promoted to level 3. And as far as her second job is concerned, we're just waiting for that photo to come back so that we can try and post a copy of it to our Fashion Simstagram. Now, the one problem that I'm foreseeing, I did do a little bit of research, and for some reason, it seems like the career is still broken, and when your sim receives their approved photo back, they're not able to post it and get credit for it. So if that happens, I will absolutely just satisfy that using UI cheats. All right, so here is Elliot's workout outfit. This is what she's going to be wearing this morning to the gym. I don't know why she's feeling like this. Is she not having a good day? What's going on over here? Oh, she's fine. So she's got on this little set. I think it might be from, I don't know how to pronounce it, camouflage, perhaps. But the reason why you're seeing a little bit of like weird shimmery things happening, she does have some like, I guess it's like an oil, dare I say like a baby oil, in today's climate, or like a body oil that she wears over her, and so it's kind of showing through depending on, I think, the garment sometimes. So in this one it shows through a little bit, but that's fine. The outfit is cute and I'm not going in to remove that shine, so she's just gonna have to deal with it. But she does look super cute, and she's got on some really cute matching sneakers. So I'm gonna let her go ahead and head over to the gym so that we can get started on that second fitness level. We will meet you all over there. Alright, so we made it to the gym. This is the SimQuinox 2.0 gym by Jax Plays The Sims. I absolutely love this gym. I'll show you guys the rest of it in just a second here, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Highly recommend. I will leave it down in the description, linked in the event that you would like to download it and add it into your game. But yeah, so she's just listening to her music and she's embarrassing herself by the way that she's running on this treadmill. I'm gonna back up a little bit because that music is kind of loud. But yeah, so she's got quite a ways to go before she gets to level 2. I'm hoping that she can get there just with her cardio, but in the event that she can't, then we will come over here to the weight machine area and we will struggle along with Ian. So that's the plan. But while she's doing that, let me just tell you, this gym is amazing. Like normally when I download lots, I have to do all kinds of work to kind of like make it look right. Didn't really have to do that. The only thing I had to add in, like I didn't have this elevator, and then some of the clutter CC I don't think I had, and then I do tend to add this like water cooler into all of my lots, even though my Sims never drink water out of it. I like to think that I put it there for other folks, but yeah, it's cool. So there's like a free weights area here, and like I said, this is like the weight machine space. There's locker rooms, there's an outdoor space with a cafe, and then on the second story, we've got more free weights. We've got a sauna, got a last exception for some reason. We also have a yoga room and some punching bags. So pretty much anything you can think of, we've got. There's more outdoor space with a jacuzzi or a hot tub. So yeah, it's pretty much a full service gym. And like I said, I'll have it linked down in the description. I'm guessing she might be able to just keep going. No, we still have a ways to go. So looking at her mootlets while we're waiting, she is still itching for some woohoo. I feel like every time it gets ready to go away, the timer just restarts. We're definitely going to have to do something about that. She's thinking about that kiss with Harrison for another 4 hours. As far as her new mootlets are concerned, she got one from drinking that green tea. It says a good workout always boosts the spirits. That's not what the green tea one said. The green tea one said the tea has great curative effects. This one is from the workout she just finished. So since she is not at level 2, I will have her come over here and push the limits on this weight machine. I think it's weird that she is just standing in front of him while he's working out like this. Maybe it's for words of encouragement. Not sure. Oh, I knew she was going to embarrass herself like this. Look at the faces she's making. I cannot. Anywho, though, so some of her other mootlets, we do have a couple related to her healthy living lifestyle. And my God, are they going to keep disappearing? She's got one that says, oh my God, are we joking here, Sims? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? I'm not even going to keep struggling with this. It had nutrients from healthy food and healthy power, I'm assuming from the food as well. But yeah, me and this game have been in a never-ending battle for this entire 2 weeks since I uploaded the last part. So yeah, I am not in the right headspace to keep fighting with the Sims like this. Alright, how close are we? Because you are making an absolute fool of yourself here publicly. I've always seen people like at the gym do this, and my first thought was, I absolutely feel like you're supposed to be making like maximum effort, but if it requires you to make these faces like from go, you should probably adjust those weights. Like you're doing a little bit too much. And how effective is the workout if this is the way that you're doing it? Like, what are your muscles getting out of this? I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a gifted enough person when it comes to fitness to understand the motives behind all of this. We should be close, right? She's at 99%. She's intentionally making us wait because she's like, oh my gosh, I do not want to be doing this. All right, we're getting a phone call from Manny. Let's see what he's up to. Hey, Elliot, are you free tonight? I'd love to take you on a date. We are actually not free tonight, but I'd actually been hoping to hear from you. So we are going to say sorry, it's not a good time, but we will have to pencil him in for tomorrow night, which is actually good because I think tomorrow is night on the town. And while we were talking to Manny, we did get fitness level 2. It says Elliot can now discuss workout techniques with other Sims. Cool. So I did tell her to stop. Hopefully she will at some point. It's a little after, well, it's almost 1 actually. Who's this? Pancakes. Ew. All right, so I do want her to come on over here and hop in the shower so that we can go to the salon next. Does she need to use the restroom? Not really. So we will just hop in the shower. And I also discovered that I do not have my streaming protection mod in, so we will not be watching her in the shower. Hopefully I didn't catch any of those people over there in a compromising position, but we're just going to hang out here and watch everyone else while she's there. So this is Alice Lewis. I think she's from Willow Creek. And who's this? Oh, that's the other thing I did. So in between parts, I did add a bunch of Sims into the towns that it's like a neighborhood or something mod that makes it so that only Sims from certain neighborhoods are able to come into San Myshuno. So I have it set to what I believe are the worlds that will be close. So that is Willow Creek, New Crest, Magnolia Promenade, of course, Copperdale, Brindleton Bay, and I feel like I'm missing one. Maybe I'm not. No, San Sequoia, of course, across the bridge. So those are all of the worlds where I placed some Sims. So we'll be seeing them all over the place here in San Myshuno while we're out and about. She took that entire shower with headphones on. That would definitely be damaging to such an expensive piece of equipment. I'm gonna have her come on outside when she's done getting dressed so that you guys can see her everyday outfit, which she's going to be wearing as she runs her errands this afternoon. And I am going to also have her go ahead and take these headphones off. She's been wearing them for quite a while. Alright, so here's our cute little everyday outfit. I think she looks adorable. She's got a little tank top and some matching leggings, little sweater, and then she's got her Adidas on. So we are going to go ahead and head over to the salon. We still have quite a bit to get through, and I feel like I'm going to set the date up for 8 o'clock. I haven't done it yet, but I think I'll do it when we get over here or get over there. 8 o'clock seems like a good time for a date. So yeah, that's what I'll do. Let's go ahead and meet over at the salon. Alright, so we are now in the fashion district. We made it to the salon. This is the Keratin salon. I honestly wish that I could tell you where to download this salon and who to download it from. The person does not have a gallery. I'm going to assume that at some point I downloaded some tray files on like a Patreon or on Tumblr maybe, but I have no way of knowing where they came from. There's nothing linked in the description of the build, so I'm completely at a loss. The one thing I can tell you is that this Keratin salon, which was just named Keratin Salon, and lots of things are named after that because it's named after the CC collection, but it is a lot that was originally a 40 by 20. I was able to get it onto this 30 by 20 because a significant portion of the side was like a parking lot. So if that helps out at all, I hope it does. If you are the creator of this lot, I'm so sorry that I'm not able to credit you properly. Please send me like the link or like where I can find your information so that I can update the description to include that information in the off chance that you ever see this video. But thank you so much for the build, it's amazing. So she's here at the salon. I won't even get into the level of effort that I put into trying to make this a salon small business and allow her to still use it. So I did find an app that allows a sim to run a salon as a small business. The problem is customers can't come, i.e. like I can't bring Elliot there and then she is able to request services. So I'd already downloaded a sim. This is Caroline. We'll see her a little bit better in a second. Let me just go ahead and request our hairstyle. I created this sim. She's friends with Elliot. I did want her to be the owner of this salon and Elliot's hairstylist, but for some reason that is not an option that is available, so we're just playing a little game of pretend where we are going to pretend like Elizabeth here is the owner of this salon, and Elliot, her friend, is coming to her to get her hair done for her first date with a new guy. So she's still thinking about that kiss, and that's still from the workout. She also started her period. So you will see here, time of the month. It's actually a lot cleaner than the Wicked Whims version. So I appreciate the lack of imagery that shows like the underwear with the dripping. That was always a lot for me. So I'm glad that this one is a little bit less real. Alright, so not a fan, honestly. Definitely not our vibe, but also Elliot is such a pretty sim. Liz isn't bad herself, but Elliot is super pretty. You definitely want a hairstyle that's going to do us some justice. As Elizabeth finger combs, love that for us. The idea of her using scissors is actually quite terrifying. Alright, let's see what she comes up with this time. Yeah, I feel like that's not Elliot's hair texture. I don't think that that would be what her hair would ever naturally do. So yeah, let's go and head back to the drawing board. Oh, so much blow drying. And that blow dryer is so loud. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's see what she's coming up with now. Let's put that spray on, girlfriend. Okay. I mean, not bad. Lots of hair. Lots and lots of hair. Alright, let's let Elizabeth work her magic, and then I'm going to work some movie magic, and you will see her hair on the other side. Due to the miracle of movie magic, we can see that Elliot now has a beautiful new hairstyle. So it looks like we've just gone with a straight look with a side part, and I think personally that this is going to be very cute for the dress that she has picked out for her date tonight. Alright, it's 2:52. Let's have her go ahead and come over to the nail service area, and we're just going to request our pedicure. Request pedicure from Chima. Yes, let's do that. And like, look how nice this is. Seriously, just look at how nice. This is such a nice lot. We've got all of our nail polishes up here. I think she'll just do a plain white. That might be what she has currently. But like, look at the level of detail. This was put together so well. I wish that I knew where I got it from. Alright, so while she is getting her pedicure, I am going to go ahead and set up this date before I forget, and then 8 o'clock comes and we've got nowhere to be. So let me pull up our calendar, our very congested, terrifying looking calendar, and let's go to add an event, and we're going to scroll down. I believe it's down here, yes. Get to know you date. It says, maybe sparks will fly or maybe the flames will fizzle out. It's time to uncover whether there's potential for romance between your Sims by getting to know each other better. Or maybe your Sims are already head over heels and a casual date is just what they need to deepen their bond. It's bound to be an unforgettable adventure. Okay, so let's go ahead and set this up. So of course we're going to be the host. Harrison Spencer is going to be our date. And we are going to be romantic and friendly. We're going to have drinks and food since we're going to a restaurant. I'm thinking some light physical intimacy, no woohoo, of course. And let's also add saving the moment. And I think that is sufficient. We definitely need more activities in this category. There's so many other things that I would think Sims would want to do, like bowling, karaoke. Was karaoke there? Or maybe singing? I don't know. But there's a lot that's missing. Alright, so we're going to go to the Green, is it the Green Lantern? What's the name of the restaurant? I know that I found it earlier. The Green Ribbon, that's what it is. And we are going to go at 8 p.m. And I think that's everything, so I'm going to click OK. So now we have our date set up for today at 8 o'clock. Alright, so I'm going to let her go ahead and get her massage. I'm sure you guys have seen how all this works many, many times. So unless something interesting happens, I think we will just meet you over at Elle's apartment when she's done. All right, so it's a little after 6:30, and we have been incredibly popular since we got home. I had Elle go ahead and finish her pedicure. It says got a pedicure and feeling fine. She did come in and take a nice bath with milk, honey, and oatmeal, and she got a little moodlet that says baby soft skin. Itchiness is soothed. She wasn't itchy, to be clear. Nothing like a good milky oatmeal honey bath to take the edge off. Plus, it leaves a lingering smell of, I can't with this phone. Leaves a lingering smell of cereal. I don't know if she wants to smell like cereal right now, but that's fine. So also, she got an invitation from Tyler to come to a house party tomorrow night, but we can't do that because we're going to be going on a date with Emmanuel. He also popped over and asked to hang out. And I know that this is just something that comes with city living, but he said, want to hang out for a bit, we can socialize or do whatever your heart desires. What does he mean by that? I don't know what that means, but we won't be doing anything. And then my self-sim came over to give us a special gift, and that gift ended up being rare seed packets or rare plants. I don't know what's in here. I guess we can look together. Uncomfortable magic bean, rarity common. So it's only worth 10 simoleons. I don't know what to do with that. Maybe we will give it to a sim that likes gardening. I know that her mom, Regina, is into gardening, so we may possibly give the seed to her, the uncomfortable magic bean. But I'm going to look into what that does because I don't want to like mess up their garden. Also, we had our mail delivered, and it was our approved photo, but we got two, which is odd because I don't remember sending two. We got this one and this one. And I know that when we did the first part, we did these pictures with Miko. So these do not look familiar to you, but these are the ones that I sent off in this save. So since we have a little bit of time before our date, I figured I would try to satisfy the requirement. So according to the description here, it says, in order to post a photo, place an approved photo in the Sims inventory, then use a computer to use the freelancer option to post a fashion Simstagram or post to fashion Simstagram. So let's try to do that. Going to the computer and freelancer, yeah, it's blocked off. Approved photos need to be in the Sims inventory for or to be available for posting. It's absolutely in our inventory. We just saw that. So I will try one other thing, and then if that doesn't work, I'm absolutely just going to satisfy this because she did a lot of work. We did an entire photo shoot. That's not fair to us that we would not be paid. All right, so this one's 29, this one is 28. I'm gonna go ahead and send the 29 simoleon painting or photo, and freelancer here, post photo to fashion Simstagram, and I'm gonna see if it satisfies the requirement because I'm actually doing it, so I don't know why there would be an issue. Is she going through the wall to do this? She is in fact doing that. All right, she did. She did post it to Fashion's Instagram, and she got nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead and satisfy this. And she got 4,602 simoleons, which is great because I know I mentioned that she's got a loan outstanding, and the mod that I use for the loan actually uses the student loan system, which means if she puts them off too many times, they will send a repo person to her apartment to take her possessions, and I really don't want them to do that. So we're going to try to make sure that we stay on top of repaying the 23,000 simoleons that she borrowed. Also, she's got bills coming up pretty soon, I'm sure, so she definitely needs a little cushion to be able to help with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell the other photo. And up here we got a little notification. It says a famous movie star loves Elliot Hernandez's photo and shared it on her Simstagram, rocketing the client's brand to new heights of fame. Maybe that's why they paid us a little extra, because I feel like they did. Also, she acquired the entrepreneurial skill. It says Elliot has started building fledgling entrepreneurial skills. Through hustling to build this skill, fame, but mostly fortune awaits. Wonderful. So she is feeling hungry, which makes sense because we are all about going to dinner. Now, I do want them to really go to dinner. It's a getting to know you date, so they're going to be there for a really long time. We're going to do a full 3-course meal, which I rarely, if ever, do in The Sims, but I feel like if there was ever a time a getting to know you date would be the time. So I am going to have her, unfortunately, since she's going to be out so late, take another one of these sleep replacements. So let's go to the reward store. And it was like 400 points, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. I'm going to have her grab one of those. And then she is going to drink it so that she is not tired. And then we've got to get dressed. Is she... Okay, so she's washing her hands twice. I don't need her to do that. I did want her to brush her teeth, though. What's over here? Full Moon Revelry. The Moon Revelry is starting now in Whispering Glen. See the ancestor cliff up close, take a night swim, dance around the bonfire, or moonbathe under the light of the stars. Now try all that in the nude. The full moon means this event is clothing optional. So I'm going to tell you, I'm starting to really become convinced that the Sims team are some freaks. Because, like, why would you need to be naked at this random festival in this world? It kind of is giving, like, Burning Man vibes. Now, I've never been to the Burning Man festival. I feel like everything that I've heard is about, like, drugs and being open, so maybe they would get naked there. I don't know. But yeah, this is kind of weird, Sims. Alright, so she did finish that, right? Yes, she did. Alright, so let me have her brush her teeth super quick, and then we're going to come in here. I wonder if she's got time to do her makeup. If she doesn't, it's fine because it's not going to change anything anyway. I'm starting to regret having Manny as a neighbor because he is always just randomly hanging out outside of our apartment. Does she have time? I'll try it and see. No, I don't think we do. There's only 20 minutes. Alright, so I'm going to have her come over here and we are going to get dressed. I'm going to show you guys her outfit. It's really cute. It's definitely giving really nice first date vibe. She's going to look so confident and I am here for it. So let's go here. I can hear Manny talking through the wall. My goodness. Alright, so here's our outfit. We just have this cute little red dress on with this little extra detailing on the top, and then she's got on some of her signature nude Louboutins and a matching bag. So we've only got 12 minutes before she has to be at the restaurant. So we haven't talked a whole lot about Harrison, but I will say he is the kind of Sim who would send a car service for her to get her to the restaurant safely. So we're going to pretend that that's what she's doing, and we will see you guys at the restaurant at 8 o'clock. Alright, so we made it to the Green Ribbon. They requested an outside table because it is such a nice night, and also they were hoping for a little bit of extra privacy. So as you can see, there are really, really nice views here of the city. So I love this for them. They're just going to kind of hang out and hopefully spend some time quietly getting to know each other without many interruptions. So I am controlling Harrison since he is the one who did ask for this date, and I'm going to have him do all the ordering because he will also be paying. This is a very expensive restaurant and Elle absolutely cannot afford it. So we're going to start with our first course. Actually, before we do that, let me see what he's got going on over here. He's feeling flirty from a hot dinner date. Says from requesting a table at a restaurant. Dinner, check. Harrison's favorite Sim ever, check. Everything is wonderful. So I know that she is in love with Harrison, which I think is kind of silly considering that they have just met each other. But let me see if he has any milestones. He does not. So he is not in love with her. Okay, that's good to know. But he is feeling great from high needs. It says he's feeling a close connection from feeling close with someone nearby. He also is still thinking about their first kiss for another 7 hours, and he feels like it's a great atmosphere. Let me just make sure that it's her kiss and not another kiss. Yes, okay. So he has only kissed out. So I'm gonna go ahead and have him order our first course. Let's do order for this table. And then let's look at our options. So I kind of already have an idea of what I would like them to order. I think he's gonna do the pan-seared scallop with caviar. He has very expensive taste. We will talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. And then I think she will do the ceviche and chips. So I'm gonna have him go ahead and order that. That's 181 simoleons for just the first course. It is a very good thing that he is going to be the one paying for this. It looks like our waiter only has one eye. Hopefully he's not glitchy. No, okay, good. Alright, so they haven't socialized at all. I think once he finishes the order, I'll have her go ahead and fulfill this one first. They want to, or she wants to, take a photo. At least that is a requirement of the date. So I'm gonna have her request a photo, take a photo with, and then we'll do Harrison Spencer. So this is their first actual date together. For the most part, they just kind of talked and hung out or met up with each other a couple of times. This is cute. So we will choose that one, even though we've got the waiter in the background. And then I feel like that one's a little too intimate for like their level of their relationship. We'll do this one. That one's cute. And okay, it did not change. Continuing to not change. Is this the one we just did? I feel like it might be, but I'll go ahead and do it again. And then, no, that one's the one that we just did. This one's cute. We'll do that. And then we're down to our last one. We will do this one. That's fine. All right. We might end up being told that we have to take more photos anyway, so we'll see. All right. So I'll have her come over here and have a seat. He can sit back down as well. And let's socialize. So she needs to flirt. Let's do that. And then we will probably ask him about his day. He is coming directly from work, so that's one of the reasons he arranged a car to pick her up, because he knew that he was going to be coming directly from the office. Is she saying no to something he's doing? No. Okay, that would scare me. Alright, so he wants to flirt one more time, and then they want to eat something and drink something. So there's going to be a bunch of different notifications that are going to pop up over here because it's a getting to know you day. I feel like their voices are a little bit loud and I'm competing with them, so let me adjust that really quickly. Alright, so that definitely sounds a little bit better. Alright, so they want to have small talk, so this is when I will have her ask him about his day. So let's do day, ask him about day. How was work today? I don't know that she knows what he does. Ask Harrison to be boyfriend. And then that went away really quickly, so that's good. Discuss logic puzzles, and that is what they're doing right now currently. Alright, so she does want to have small talk. Does discussing logic puzzles count? Okay, apparently it doesn't. Let's see what our options are. Small talk. Brighten day, brag about promotion or possessions, absolutely not. We ask him about his favorite color. That's small talk. Alright, we learned that Elliot has the following skill: wellness. He also has the skill apparently, and she has the logic skill. He does as well. They do have quite a few things in common. They both have the fitness skill. So it sounds like they're just talking about the things that they have in common. I am honestly so super here for that. You may be hearing a little bit of extra noise because it's raining directly. Well, it's raining outside and I'm by a pretty big window. So you might be hearing some extra noise. It looks like they finished that course pretty quickly. So let's order for the table. We're making great time. It's only 9:30. All right, so main course. Let's see. I feel like he would do the duck, and she is going to do the beef. I think she's a little uncomfortable with the idea of like getting some of these more expensive items, even though that's what he's doing, because it's a first date and she doesn't want him to think that she's like out here Oh, wait, I don't want to do that. We didn't order any drinks to go with this. Let me make an adjustment to that really quickly. Let me see if it'll let me adjust it. Order for table. Let me make a quick change, if possible. You go away. All right, here we go. So is it already set for the main dishes? It's not. So let me do that again. It's already a pending order. Oh, so they did request the order. Dang it. So wait, I can't order the drinks? I should not have X'd out of that. Let me see if I can order the drinks. So they both got something that I think would go really well with red. Okay, perfect. I can. All right, so I'll add the drinks. That brings our bill total up to 419 simoleons. My goodness. All right, so they want to have some more small talk. I'm thinking they didn't do that because they got distracted. I'm going to let him finish the order, and then I will do... Oh, wait, no. She needs to do it. Food. They need to talk about food. So let's see. Talk about savory food, sure. And then what do we get up here? Okay, all stuff that we knew. All right, so while we are waiting for our main course order, I feel like this might be a really good time for me to do a little bit of a deep dive in Harrison's character. So just so y'all know, I put a little bit of effort into this for all three of the Sims that she had flirted with before we started the series. I did give them all pretty intricate backstories with a lot of details based off of their traits and their skills. So we will go ahead and go over Harrison's now. Allow me to reintroduce Harrison Spencer. I do feel like a reintroduction is appropriate for this sim since I did change his appearance up quite a bit from the last part. So I changed up his nose, but I also changed his hair, his eyebrows, and his facial hair. So let me know what you guys think of this new version of Harrison in the comments. I personally think that he is super cute. So in the last part, we did discuss Harrison's traits, but in this deep dive, I thought we would focus on one specific trait, and that is his old money trait. So Harrison's family founded the oldest and most successful law firm in all of Windenburg and the surrounding areas. Their firm goes back at least 2 centuries, and as a result, the Spencer family is one of the most prominent and well-respected families in the community. Right now, Harrison's father is running the firm with his wife by his side, but the expectation is that Harrison will take over for his father when he's ready to retire, so he will have to move back home to Windenburg eventually. He decided to take a job at a firm in San Myshuno after law school to establish himself as an attorney away from the wealth and influence of his well-connected family. He wanted to be able to prove that he deserved to be in his position and that he wasn't just another Spencer Nepril baby. He feels like he has to prove himself maybe a little bit more than most because he's actually adopted. He is not a Spencer by blood. His mom married Gerald Spencer, who legally adopted Harrison when he was just a baby. And even though Gerald has always treated him like his own flesh and blood and is extremely proud to be grooming his son to take over the reins of the family business, Harrison has always felt the need to prove that he belongs in ways that his father could never truly understand, as Harrison is set to become the first managing partner of color in the firm's history. On a more personal note, Harrison's ideal mate is a sim who is sophisticated enough to survive in a room with his family, but not too sophisticated that she doesn't know how to have a good time. He's ready for marriage and kids, so he likes someone ready for the same. He is also an ambitious career sim and a bit of a workaholic, so he would really like his partner to have her own hobbies and interests to keep her busy. She's also going to need to be willing to move to Windenburg later in life, and she will need to be open to adoption as well. As the product of an adoption himself, he understands the gift that his father gave him and wants to pay that forward with at least one adopted child of his own. So Harrison has a pretty laid-back personality. His parents raised him to always be polite and respectful, especially since their family was always under scrutiny. He is the perfect gentleman. He is the type of guy to open doors, pull out chairs, and send flowers just because. But he is also the kind of guy to get so preoccupied with a case that he disappears for a few days. Alright, so my personal thoughts on Harrison. He isn't giving me any major red flags as a potential life partner for Elle. I don't think she'd mind his workaholic lifestyle because she has her own career ambitions that she's working towards. But I do wonder if he would be able to pull his weight as a parent if he's so focused on his career. And it does sound like at least one of his kids would need to be coerced potentially into following in their father's footsteps to become an attorney, even if they don't want to. He could definitely provide a comfortable life, but I'm not sure how Elle would fit in with his posh family. I also don't know that she would want to leave her family and move so far away from home. So, yeah, those are my main concerns. But yeah, this is Harrison. All right, so we are back into the date. Ella's listening to Harrison's outrageous story. It looks like the Goths are here having a dinner. And as you can see, Mortimer is doing the thing that I was talking about, where he stood up away from the table, and it looks like whatever their son's name is, he's doing the same thing. They are both standing up instead of sitting down at the table to eat, so that is so incredibly irritating. All right, so they need to talk about drinks. So let me have Elle cue that up while we're waiting for our main course to come. I have got to learn how to spell. I don't think that's the issue. There's something going on with my keyboard. All right, talk about mixing drinks. He appears to be having a really good time. Let's see what their movements are looking like. I pause this game a lot. I know y'all are so tired of me. Alright, so we got that one already. She's once again itching for woohoo. What's new? Feeling close from someone nearby. It had nutrients. Consider all the nutrients being absorbed after eating that healthy food. It tasted fine, not great, but thanks for the nutrients. What did she have again? Ceviche? Ceviche is delicious. I don't know what she means. I'm feeling fulfilled from being satisfied in a romantic relationship. What's this one? Romance, a little stressful from low romance skill. Elliot is not too used to romance yet, and sometimes it's stressful to be near a love interest when your romance skill is low. What if Elliot says or does the wrong thing? It could all turn awkward easily. Amused by story, and she's still on her period. Got it. Let's see what Harrison has going on. Special connection, romantic atmosphere from the lot trade, epic meal from eating food. That's a meal I remember for a long time. I don't want to eat anytime soon so I don't tarnish the memory of that meal. What else does he have going on? Feeling great from high knees, feeling a close connection. He's still thinking about that first kiss. And focus enlightenment from socialization. Razor focus after hearing those cognitive focusing methods. Wonderful. Uh-oh. All right. So let me go ahead and have them become affectionate while we're waiting. Harrison is enjoying the date and would like to spend more time together. Perhaps you would like to extend the date to last longer? Sure. Says more time to rendezvous. The event timer has been extended. Make the most of these additional moments or try to ask for more time. I would think that the amount of time that we've got now would be sufficient. Alright, so our food's not coming just yet, but I do want him to try to be affectionate. So let's look at what our affection options are. I see one of his options was to show off his muscles, and one of these days I do want him to do that. Alright, let's confess attraction. And then maybe she can reciprocate. She can let him know that she is attracted to him as well. Romance, affection, declare love publicly. Absolutely not. Why doesn't she? Oh, there it is. Confess attraction. What is he talking about? Alright, so she's going to do that. So that should get us here. So she's automatically going to satisfy the get to know you date once our date is over. But I do want her to go ahead and knock out this hosting a perfect date thing that she's got over here. That is a want, and I do want that to be completed. Alright, so we've got our second course here. This is our main course. And of course now Harrison is going to stand up so that he can eat and drink randomly next to Elliot, which is exactly what's been happening. Love that for me. But they did at least get a gold level date already, so that is good. They can pretty much do whatever they want to do from here. So I'm just going to let them chat however they naturally want to, but I will look at the sentiment that she got. Let's see. So Elliot's sentiments about Harrison: adoring, growing closer from quality time, and deeply connected. Harrison's sentiments about Elliot: closer from happy memories and deeply connected. I don't know what memories. They probably just met like a week ago. Memories is a little bit crazy. He is just pulling out wine from his pockets, and this waitress refuses to like leave us. So kind of irritated by that. Can we have her go give our compliments to the chef? The duck was delicious. Restaurant, deliver compliment to chef. There we go. Please go do that so that you're not standing over us. My goodness. He now has high desire, so such a lust for love. Who do you desire? I'm quite sure we know that it is L. Otherwise, I think everything that he's got we've seen before. So now he can come back over here and have a seat. And let's just talk about the drinks really quickly, and then I will have him order dessert. Talk about mixing drinks. Fine. Why is it highlighted? What happened? It's highlighted like a purple. Did something happen down here? I don't know why it randomly started to be like purple for a second. Alright, so the waitress went back and told the chef, customers are loving your cooking, chef. Keep up the good work. Wonderful. Alright, so they're still getting their little chat on. She is very animated with whatever it is that she is talking about, and look at him, he's so into it. He's like, I can listen to you talk all day. Oh my goodness, these Sims are so cute. Alright, so they actually have started to satisfy the small talk, so I'll let them go ahead and do that. Actually, I think we won't do that, and instead we will do the light physical intimacy. Let's go to that whispered desires. Do not do that, Harrison. Physical intimacy, let's just go ahead and embrace her. We don't want to do too much. It is a first date after all, and they have already had their first kiss, so I would think that a kiss would be reasonable. Oh my goodness, one hug, and they now have a steamy romance dynamic. It says it's awfully warm in here, and Harrison and Elliot can't seem to keep their hands off each other. They barely touched. Romantic partners with the steamy romance dynamic gravitate towards romantic socials with each other, especially physical intimacy. Would you describe the romance between Harrison and Elliot as being steamy? Sure. I know that it can change over time, and I guess it's kind of realistic that at the beginning of a relationship or whatever this becomes, you are kind of all over each other, so that's realistic in my opinion. I did, however, want him to give her a kiss or something else in the physical intimacy department. Oh wait, he just had kiss tenderly and lovingly. This action is made available by Harrison's woohoo style. Let's do that. I don't think I've seen this one before. So I'm guessing this is related to that RPO mod. Is he doing it? Harrison is enjoying the date and would like to keep it going. Maybe take things back to your place. Nope. Not happening, pal. She said, Nice try though, very cute, especially considering your little desire that you've got going on over here. So let's go back to physical intimacy. Where did it go? Woohoo, without protection. Romance, physical intimacy. Let's just hold hands. I think that's fine. I'm not trying to do too much. Oh, he learned about her being materialistic. I was hoping he would learn about that. Yeah, she's definitely going to have to entertain him otherwise. All right, Harrison and Elliot are both very satisfied in their relationship. All right, she wants to take more pictures with him, so we will go ahead and do that. Actually, we'll let him do it this time, so that way he's got some pictures of us in his inventory. Okay, please finish up this conversation and do what I asked you to do. Would you say Elliot likes stories? Sure she does. He wants to ask Elliot on a date. I'm sure that will happen at some point. I'm kind of trying to let the guys lead her in like whatever direction they want to go in naturally. So I think we're just going to wait to see when he asks her out again. Alright, so I feel like we've done this one, but I do like that they're now like facing a different direction. So we've got all of the arts quarter behind us. This one looks kind of weird. We'll keep looking. Why is the lighting like this in their pictures? We'll take that one, that's fine. Maybe. But seriously, what is the deal with the lighting? It looks so weird. Is it because he's bad at this? Alright, that's a pretty one. But this almost feels like a picture for like when she gets engaged. So we'll save this one for then. That one's better. We'll save that one. And then, yeah, it's just some of them where he has this like weird thing going on, like a weird angle. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because his camera is different. No, that's the one for when you're engaged. Okay, this one's cute. Maybe it's because he has a different camera, or maybe it's because he has a lower photography skill. I don't know. Alright, so they can have a seat. It is now 1 a.m. She does have to work tomorrow. I was just bragging about how good we were on time, and now look at us. Alright, so let's talk about photos. That seems like something she would do as a photographer. Okay, so it's always the second, whatever the second letter is, that's the one that's missing. So we're going to talk about photo filters. We really just are waiting for dessert at this point. Like they've maxed the date already. Emboldened from story, no longer a secret from confessing lack of experience. What? Elliot confessed her lack of romantic experience to her love interest. Stressful, but it feels good to have said it. No need to pretend to fully know what she is doing anymore. It's okay to be starting out in love and relationships. No need to feel self-conscious. Okay, so apparently I'm doing great with my wine pairings. That's nice. And all the rest of these I think we've seen, but she's also experiencing a high desire situation. So it's getting hot in here from having a steamy romance dynamic. With a relationship this heated, Harrison knows where this conversation is going. No, he doesn't, because it's not going anywhere. You're going home all by yourself, sir. All of these I think we have seen. Okay. So like I said before, I'm just going to let them kind of do their own thing. Does Harrison like jokes? No, I don't think he does. So I wonder what the deal is with the dessert. Are they like close, or did... No, she's still in there. Okay, so where's our food? Oh wait, we didn't order it, did we? So I'm over here getting mad at them, and we never even ordered the dessert. I don't even remember having done that. So let me go ahead and order dessert. Good grief, Kiana. Order for table. What does he want to do? He wants to still ask Elliot on a date. Does she have any wants about him? She doesn't. She just wants to host the perfect date still. I think she is keeping her options open. And I love that about her. Alright, so down to the dessert. We are going to do the chocolate souffle for Elliot because she is already so far off of her diet. And then I'm wondering if Harrison is a bread pudding kind of guy or a cheesecake kind of guy. And I'm getting the impression that he might be a bread pudding kind of guy. So we're going to go with bread pudding for him. And then I want to do coffee with this course. So he'll do the Americano. And she can do the cafe latte. And that puts us at a whopping 602 simoleons for the final bill. Alright, so let's go ahead and try to wrap this up. She does have work at 8 a.m., which means I am likely, unfortunately, about to do yet another sleep replacements potion. She is probably going to get so tired of me not allowing her to have a full night's sleep in her bed, but we'll get one soon. It's an important night. You definitely want to make sure that you're giving it your all. You're not coming back to my house, please, sir. Stop asking. She's like, no, I don't think that's appropriate, but I can appreciate your interest. Thank you. All right, at least he's not getting upset or like being all all sad or weird about it, so that's good. Do we have any other sentiments? I'm guessing not, since nothing is glowing. I'm kind of worried about him getting a sentiment about us continuing to turn him down, but he's not getting anything. All right, let's speed this up. You're still standing here. So, like, did you give them our order? Talk about cooking. Yeah, I love these dates because they do so much like, oh my goodness. Oh, Harrison. Elliot has noticed that Harrison's eyes are lingering on them more and more. There's an intensity to their stare, and with their attention fixed squarely upon them, this may be the chance to move things into a more intimate direction. Is Elliot going to accept Harrison's advances or ignore him? She's going to ignore him. I think he might be doing a little bit of extra drinking. It is just wine, but maybe he's a lightweight. We don't know. So I think the wine might be, look at him. He's freaky. He is really into it. Just, as long as he doesn't become, like, fall into Gooner territory, I think we're okay. All right. Can you also leave? Can I get you to give our compliments to the chef? Let's just keep doing that because that appears to be the only way to get you guys to leave. Deliver a compliment to the chef, please. Stop standing over us, please. Thank you. Thank you so much. She looks like someone I know. I used to have a friend in like high school whose mom had that exact hair color. I don't remember if she dyed her eyebrows though, but she was also like a deeper toned person, and that hair color really popped on her. It was really pretty. Alright, so now he's sitting back down again and enjoying his food, and we're going to enjoy our food with Kevin randomly standing over us. I don't think we can do any more compliments to the chef, so we'll just keep sitting and talking. What's he doing? Brag about shredding. Okay, I'm guessing that was snowboarding related. It says she's learned that Harrison has the following skills: snowboarding. Okay. Well, like I was saying before, I like these kinds of dates because they all like learn so much about each other. They learn all of their skills and all of that, and I think that is so realistic. You really would spend your first date doing a lot of chatting. Harrison noticed someone attractive and is hoping they will find interest in them too. I'm sure they do, buddy. She likes you. She thinks you're cute or whatever. Feeling close. Feeling a close connection, feeling close. Yes, we get it. You're feeling close. Good impression. Formed a good impression. Another sim. Shape a good relationship and build more trust. Super satisfied. All right. So I think that they are done with their meal. And she never got like any other want related to him. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. What else did we get over here? Elliot has learned the following traits about Harrison: old money. So he learned that she's materialistic, and she learned that he has the old money trait. So this is very interesting. We'll see if that changes the way that she views him at all. So let's have him come over here, and he is going to end the meal and pay the bill for 602 simoleons. Alright, so it looks like if he does it, then we don't get charged. Love that. Okay, so I'm gonna have him come over here and give her one more kiss and a hug. Tender neck kiss, no. Harrison, stop being freaky. Alright, physical intimacy. Let's caress her cheek. That's okay, I will allow that. And then so she's wanting to give him a massage in response to him wanting to do that. I will allow him to embrace her. Is that what they just did? Yes. Okay, well now you did it twice. And then they can share a nice kiss. I think we'll just go with, has to be woohoo partners. No, stop being weird. We're going to do physical intimacy, and I think we're just going to do a regular kiss. Arousal kissing. Does he like physical intimacy? Sure. They're just going to keep hugging over and over again. It's one of those situations where like the date is going on for so long and nobody wants to leave, so they're just kind of like looking for reasons to continue to hang right, I think that is a good place to end it. Do not hug anymore, my goodness. All right, so let's end the date. We're ending the date early. It says reward earned. Wow, that was such a legendary date. Your sim was on fire out there. There's a gift in your sim's inventory to help you remember such a great time. Try customizing the description using the name interaction. Fantastic. They're still hugging. Love that for us. All right. And they're still hugging. This has to be some sort of bug. I don't know what the deal is there. I'm going to have her just go ahead and stop controlling Harrison. Let's stop doing that. I wonder if I save this. Can I save this? No, I don't want to do that. Am I able to pin it? I can't pin anything because he's not actually my sim. All right, let me stop controlling him. We have said goodbye already many times. We are now going to head home so that she can get at least a little bit of sleep before she has to work in the morning. Alright, so it's a little before 4 a.m. Elliot has work in 5 hours. As you can see, she's already thinking about writing. I haven't even told her to do anything. So I thought that instead of using her traditional journal, since she does have a crush on Harrison, I thought that I would have her come in here and write about that. So you can think about your crush. I think you can also write in diary about crush and try to get over crush. So I'm going to have her write in her diary about her crush. And she's just going to kind of tell the story of their first date. I did also pull the picture out of her inventory, but then it glitched immediately. So I'm hoping that the next time I load into her lot that it's back. All right. So I think that this is going to be a really good place to leave this episode. In the next episode, I think that we will go to work with Elle. She did get promoted, so some of the work tasks are going to be a little bit different. I also completely remodeled the workspace, so definitely want to show you guys kind of that work in progress over there. And then, of course, we're going to be going on that date with Manny. So depending on how long the next episode is, it might be Friday, which is Night on the Town, as well as Saturday, which is the date of her housewarming party. So we will see how much of that we were able to get through. All in all, I would consider this to be a successful episode. She did have a really good day. She got to go on a really nice date. I didn't mention this, but he did send her home in a car. He insisted again for her safety, and she did text him when she made it home just to let him know that she appreciated the date and she hoped to see him again. So I'm considering that a success. Definitely let me know what you guys thought of the episode in the comments. Like I said in the beginning, I am always really excited to hear what you guys think, positive or negative. Even though if it's negative, it might make me a little bit sad. Also, don't forget to like and share and subscribe because all of those things are so super important for YouTube's algorithm. And I'm pretty sure that is everything that I've got. So thank you all again for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.